Hey guys, thanks for tuning into Chef Girl RD. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this black pepper chicken, and we're going to be making it right in the Ninja Foodi. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is prep our chicken. I have 2 large chicken breasts here. You can use chicken cutlets or chicken tenderloins, whatever you like to use. And we're just going to go ahead and cut these into chunks. Just a little something like that. They're just about bite size, give or take. And I just put them in a mixing bowl. I'm going to sprinkle some cornstarch on there. And then I'm going to toss them. Give them a good coat. All right, looks good. Next, you're going to come over to your Foodi. You're going to set to a Sear Saute on high. We're going to start. Let that get warmed up. And while that's warming up, I just went ahead and I made my base for my sauce. You're just going to take a half a cup of either, you can use chicken broth, or I used a half a cup of water with a half a teaspoon of better than bouillon, chicken flavored. I mixed it up. Then you want to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. You want to whisk that up, and then a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. So that's what's in this bowl. You're just going to whisk it up, and we set that aside for now. All right, so this should be warmed up. I'm just going to take a teaspoon of sesame oil and drop that in. And now we're going to add our chicken. And we're just going to kind of Sear saute this till it's cooked. Be a few minutes. You just want to use your judgment until it's done, and then we'll take that out and we'll set it aside and do our veggies. All right, so this is just about done, so I'm gonna pop this out really quick, and I'm gonna set it into a bowl. Then we set that pot right back in the base of the Foodi. We're going to add another tablespoon of sesame oil. And I went ahead and chopped up 1 green bell pepper. And tossed that in. And then a half of yellow onion chopped up. And then you can use 1 to 2 celery stalks, also chopped up. And we're going to saute that up a little bit. And you can kind of scrape some of that flavor off the bottom if you want. You don't have to worry too much about that. You can mix that right in. About a minute or 2. You don't want to make these too soft because you want them a little crispy. So now I just took garlic clove and I minced that up, and I'm going to add that in. All right, another minute. Now we're just going to toss in our sauce base right in the pot. Give it a little stir. And we're going to reduce the temp to a medium-high. What I have here is a half a teaspoon of chili powder and a half a teaspoon of ginger. And I'm going to toss that in. Give that a mix. And I have a 1/4 cup of oyster sauce. We'll pour that in. another mix. This is where you want to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of black pepper. And now we're ready to add our chicken back in. And we'll stir that right up. Now we can turn off the heat. And just keep mixing this up a little bit. So depending on how thick you want it, you can continue with letting it simmer once the heat's turned off, because it will thicken up the more you leave it. Or you can just plate it like this. But what do you guys think? Doesn't this look good? Ooh. Doesn't that look delicious? All right, so I'm just gonna let this sit for a minute, and I'm gonna get my plate ready. All right, guys, here it is, all plated up. I just made some rice vermicelli noodles, and I put it on top of that. These are just the noodles you can buy. You boil water, and they cook for 3 minutes in boiling water, and then they're good to go. You can also put this over some white rice, or you can just eat it plain, however you like. Either way, it's delicious. So let's take a bite into this. See what we got. Wow, this is so good. It's got a nice kick to it. It's definitely a spicy dish, so if you don't want it too hot, you can minimize some of the black pepper by half probably. But if you like it hot, then you're gonna love this just the way it is. And it's really so easy to make with such an authentic flavor. It's just delicious. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button and be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos like this. Bon appetit, guys.